All right, so this next part is very important. In fact, this is the part that I shared with you earlier you're going to want to make sure you listen to. Do you have a 401k? Then you're going to want to watch this whole video before the election, or you might just have a 201k. A couple of weeks ago, a client called me and told me that he was going to retire soon. He was a little bit worried about his 401k, especially with the election coming up next month, and he wanted to know what he might do. Historically, election years are pretty crazy years for market volatility. So not only is he in an election year, but he's also in the last year before he wants to retire. Not to mention the craziness of COVID. Your mindset changes everything. If you want to learn how to manage, protect, and grow your money, then subscribe to this channel where we're going to learn the mindsets and the skill sets so that we can grow our assets. This video is sponsored by my Financial Self-Reliance 30-Day Challenge. This is a free course where I share with you the one thing that will get you to financial independence above any other thing you can do. Click the link in the description and take the challenge. Several years ago, I worked as a partner advisor in a firm that helped business owners provide better 401k experiences for their employees. We then went on to help those employees have a better understanding of how to invest their money for retirement through their 401k. If you'd like to know more about your personal investment composure, there's a survey in the description that will give you insights into your behaviors when markets fluctuate. When I first qualified for the 401k at my first job, I barely knew how to spell 401k. And when they handed me the paperwork, they might as well have handed me Egyptian hieroglyphics. Put a comment below if you felt the same way or if you even feel that same way today. I mean, who even knows what large cap and small cap and mid cap? I mean, I thought a cap was a hat. What does a hat have to do with investing? Most people throw darts and flip coins and pray and hope for the best. I hope you don't want to leave your retirement to chances like that. I mean, talk about risky. If you called me today with questions about your 401k or your 403b if you're a teacher or your 457 if you're a government employee, this is what I'd share with you. Please make sure you watch this whole video because there's some very important things I'll share with you towards the end, and I promise it's really that important. First is your time horizon. Will you be retiring in 10 or more years? If so, you probably don't need to worry too much about the election because you're going to have enough time to recover, and if you're putting regular contributions into the 401k, you're going to take advantage of something called dollar cost averaging. And we'll talk more about dollar cost averaging in a future video. The next time frame is 5 to 10 years. So if you're going to retire in the next 5 to 10 years, you might consider making some changes in your 401k allocations based on the election coming up. But you're going to want to stay tuned for this whole video because there's some important things to remember that I'll share with you in just a minute. Now, if you're going to retire in the next 1 to 5 years or maybe less, you're definitely going to want to have some changes made to your 401k allocations if you're not already invested in a conservative portfolio right now. The second thing is, what are you invested in currently, which I kind of alluded to in the last comment. If you're already invested in a conservative allocation, then you're probably going to be okay. If not, then move it if you're worried about the election. Statistics show that most people haven't chosen their allocations properly in their 401k, and personal experience confirms that. So you're probably going to want to make some changes to your 401k allocations either way. Too many people will pick their investments one time and then set it and forget it. You have got to take time every couple of years to review and rebalance your allocation. If you don't, that's a surefire way to make sure you don't have enough money when you get to retirement. All right, now let's talk about some things that you can actually do. The first thing is you're going to want to look at your current investment statement. If you don't have the paper form of that, then you're going to want to jump online and get access to your account online. Most of the 401k companies these days have online access. So you're going to want to make sure that you get in there and take a look at what you're already invested in. If you're invested really conservatively, you'll probably be okay. If you're invested really aggressively or for growth, then you're probably going to want to make some changes. If you don't know what your login information is, contact your HR department as soon as you can and get that information so that you can log in and log on and get access to your account and see what's going on. If you're getting value out of this video so far, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe. All right, well, there's something that's got me thinking a little bit. As of this recording, the last video I did had 72 views and about 14 likes. And half of the people that viewed it were subscribed and the other half weren't. So if I tell you to like and subscribe and you don't, what if we try a little reverse psychology? I know I just told you to like and subscribe, but instead I'm going to tell you don't like and don't subscribe. And maybe you will like and subscribe if I do that. All right, so once you actually know what you're invested in, we can take a look at and see what other options are available within your 401k. See, the 401k company will offer you a wide variety of investment options. You will have chosen a few of them, and there will be a lot more that you haven't chosen that you could move your money into if you need to. So every company can design a 401k specific to what they want and need. And so when you log in, you might see things like stable value, market value, cash. You'll see things like bond funds. You'll see things like large cap, mid cap, small cap, international. You might even see some things like target date funds or lifestyle funds. Target date funds and lifestyle funds are kind of like investing on easy mode. You just pick it and you forget it. It's basically you choose the year that's closest to the year that you actually want to retire, and then you just let the investment portfolio do its thing. And although I don't recommend them personally, I understand why they're there, and so honestly, it's something is better than nothing. So if you're not sure what to do, pick a target date fund and then let it go. You're going to want to pick very conservative investment portfolio for the next month or two. Now, if you have an investment advisor, someone that helped you set up the 401k in the first place, not the HR person, but an actual investment advisor, you're going to want to probably reach out to them and have them help you make sure that you're picking the right funds. If not, call the 800 number on your 401k statement and make sure that you get some advice and some counsel from your 401k provider. Again, if you're worried about your 401k becoming a 201k because of the election, then you're going to want to move all of your assets into more stable or more conservative funds and allocations for the next couple of months until the election is over. You might even pick a target date fund that's like 2020 or 2021. Even though you're not going to be retiring in those years, it's going to automatically set you into a very conservative portfolio and allocation, because the investment portfolio will think you're going to retire soon, so that it will make sure that your money is very conservative. Now, when you move your money or when you set your money to move into a new allocation, the 401k company will ask you a question, and I'm not exactly sure what your 401k will ask, but it will be something along the lines of, do you want to move all your money or just future contributions? Well, you're going to want to move all of your money and future contributions, at least for the next couple of months, as we figure out what's going to happen with this election. All right, so this next part is very important. In fact, this is the part that I shared with you earlier you're going to want to make sure you listen to. After the election is over and you feel good about it, you're going to want to move your money back into the market and back into a growth portfolio and allocation. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to have enough money to get to retirement on time, and it certainly won't be enough money to make it last. Now, if you're going to retire in the next 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 years, sure, you can probably keep it conservative and you'll be okay. If not, get it back in the market and get it growing again. All right, so you're going to want to also verify with your HR department and with a 401k company how often you can move your money around. Usually it's every month or once every 2 months. But whenever you move your money, you know you're going to have to keep it in that allocation for at least that period of time. Now, when you get ready to move it back into the market, when you get ready to take it out of that conservative portfolio and get it back into growth mode, I highly recommend you sit down with that 401k advisor and or call the 800 number to get advice on the things that you should invest in based on your specific goals and needs. An investment manager once told me the best money you'll ever make is the money you don't lose. And I tend to agree with him. So if you're worried about this election, move your money into a conservative portfolio, but please move it back. Move it back into a growth portfolio after it's over, after you feel good about it. Get it back growing for you so that you're going to be able to make it to retirement on time and have enough money to make it last. Not all 401ks are created equally. So if you're an employee or an employer, a business owner, and you'd like to have an evaluation done on how well your 401k is performing based on the fees or the investment performances, please reach out to us at hello@financialselfreliance.net, and we'll get you in front of my friend who's evaluated hundreds of retirement plans, and he's been able to save many business owners and retirement plans thousands and thousands of dollars in fees. It really is worth the comparison, and you ought to do that every 3 or 4 years anyways, just to make sure that your plan is on track. Now, don't forget to check the link in the description below for the 30-day challenge I mentioned to you at the beginning of this video. And while you're down in the description, make sure you look for the link to get 2 free stocks with you.l. If you open and fund an account with you.l, you can get 2 free stocks valued between $800 and $1,600. Free stock is awesome. In fact, free is my favorite 4-letter F word. I hope this video has helped you gain a better understanding of what you can do with your 401k before the election. In fact, this might be something that you could do with your 401k regardless of if there's an election or not. Go ahead and click the subscribe button up here, or wait a minute. Don't click the subscribe button up here. Go ahead and watch this video here. This video is about a client that called me and asked me what he should do with the money that he got in a $2,000 a month raise. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.